through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinch me.
Somebody say pinch?
Pinch.
Pinch time.
We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
Don't call for pinches. Call for protection.
Hit it. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea?
We're in Ohio.
So is that close or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
U.S. stocks ended lower on Monday, with the Dow losing more than 0.75%, the S&P 500 shedding more than 0.4%, and the Nasdaq ticking down by about 0.2%. The slide came after a Friday jump that saw the Dow notch a record-high close after U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell hinted that an interest rate cut could come in September. Liz Miller, president of Summit Place Financial Advisors, said that euphoria has waned as investors face a week full of potentially market-moving news.
It started last weekend with excitement over Chairman Powell's comments at Jackson Hole, but now that's being digested, and that rate cut in many ways was already in the market. And so I think the market's really focusing on a bunch of new news, investments by the government and companies directly, and NVIDIA's earnings yet to come.
NVIDIA climbed 1% ahead of its quarterly report on Wednesday, which will be one of Wall Street's most closely watched events of the week and a crucial test of the scorching AI trade. Other stocks on the move included Keurig Dr. Pepper, which tumbled 11.5% after saying it would buy JDE Peet's for $18.4 billion in cash. And furniture retailers RH and Wayfair each declined more than 5% after President Trump on Friday said his administration would investigate import tariffs on furniture.
All right, let's take a look at that weather forecast for northwest Pennsylvania. Sunshine and clouds mixed today. Slight chance of a rain shower with temperatures in the upper 60s. Partly to mostly cloudy skies tonight. Slight chance of a rain shower with lows in the upper 40s. Wednesday, partly cloudy, a high of 70. Thursday, some afternoon rain showers, low 70s. Friday, partly cloudy, low 60s. Saturday, partly cloudy with temperatures in the upper 60s. That is a look at your weather forecast at 7:11. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Happy Tuesday. Well, good to be here on a Tuesday morning. Just great to be here in general. We were here yesterday, but had major technical difficulties, so we do apologize for those who look to join us to start your Monday. It was dumbfounded over some of the issues we were having. And you know what it ended up being? Something eventually that was really simple. I mean, it took the afternoon for me to kind of narrow it down, but anyways, here we are. It involved a piece of equipment that we just recently had repaired, and there wasn't a setting that was quite right. And anyways, I do apologize, but
on to the next.
Sat here as I was trying to figure it out, and you're sitting drinking some coffee and
getting work done,
just watching me go crazy.
Yeah,
that's all right.
I did get some work done, so I mean,
well,
it
good.
Wasn't
That's good.
Completely wasted.
I say it all the time. Technology is great when it works, and when it doesn't, it can be devastating. Right?
Right.
There's so much. I was so excited to start the week yesterday. There's so much to talk about. Tommy Fleetwood winning the Tour Championship on Sunday.
I have no idea who that is, but okay.
I really thought Scotty Scheffler was gonna. He was in the mix, kind of. He played poorly. I say that as he really overall he played really well and he had another heck of a season. But I really thought he was gonna kind of crawl his way back. But Fleetwood he just had it in his mind and he played lights out and just what a super nice guy. I was excited to see him win the FedEx Cup, but now golf is over. And, I mean, you got another big event coming up in about a month, but we'll talk about that a little later. The Ryder Cup, and then then that'll be it for a little while. Football, getting closer to that. Just we wrapped up the first week of high school football.
We did.
We attended a soccer match on Saturday.
We did.
Friday night doing the football game. It felt like it was more of a scrimmage. Like it just didn't feel like, okay, it's here. Saturday we're sitting at a soccer match and it's like, okay, now it's starting to feel
like the season has begun.
Yeah. And our kids go back to school today. So all the best to all those kids. And we've been saying it for almost a month now. Just depending on where you are in the country. It may have been a couple weeks ago that kids went back to school. It may have been last week kids went back to school. So, and there's some that won't be going back till after Labor Day. So, a whole group of.
I feel like, wasn't it that way when we were kids?
Yeah. Well, I think junior. I don't know when it started. I remember junior high. We were going back before Labor Day, and it was kind of like, why are we doing this?
Something's wrong.
Does it make any sense to go a couple days and then have Labor Day weekend?
Yeah.
And then you get to the end of the year when you're not, getting out way in June. You're getting out a little bit earlier, and it's like, okay, this is okay. But I know you talked a lot because you would work at Conneaut Lake Park.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Conneaut Lake Park didn't close their season till Labor Day weekend, right?
Yeah.
So
it's like, it's difficult because you see there are certain businesses that are seasonal in every community that rely on the kids and we had one locally not open this last weekend because scheduling with
Oh, the ice cream place.
Yeah.
Yeah. I worked at a concession stand at a pool, and I mean, we were closing down. I don't know, the weekend before school started, maybe. No, maybe it was sooner than that. I don't know. There's a shift, obviously. You were out Sunday because you had to take our middle son back to school, and you said it was absolutely mad.
It was crazy. It was crazy on the road with people with boats and campers.
Trying to get that last-minute adventure out of the way, right?
Yep. And then it was crazy in every store for, the truly last. And we were prepared. It's just our one son was going to college, and as we're packing, there were things like, oh, I forgot. Like, oh, gosh. Because I'm a pre-planner, and I try to have everything out of the way. But, yeah, no, it was like, oh, gosh, I forgot about this, and I forgot I need this. And so it was those, just those few last minute things.
Yeah, but you said it was packed, and you've heard that from I think different business. Like, where is everybody right now? It's like kids are going back to school. Like families have to get that stuff together, and you got with sports starting up. There's not a lot of time to be.
No, yeah, oof.
Yeah. So, did you as a kid get those like first day jitters? Like, or were you excited?
I was excited
to go back?
to see my friends because I lived I lived outside of town, so I didn't get to see my friends when I was young, all that often. So it was like you were excited to see the friends you didn't see and wear your new shoes. That was always like my favorite.
Yeah, I think it was really those first couple years. Your kindergarten, first grade, second grade, you get those first day jitters, but then that just became, as you said, you're kind of excited to get to school, see your friends.
Yeah.
Kind of get into a routine. I still say, and kids may not admit to this, but I think kids like structure. I think kids need structure. I think kids thrive and, again, they won't admit to it, but I think deep down they're probably like, okay, the routine. Yeah. Having a routine is
because it's something you can count on.
Right.
I don't know.
And there are some kids, the best 8 hours of their day is when they're in school.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's sad.
I know parents are excited.
I'm excited for the structure, but I think there are like a couple things. I'm like, a couple projects we wanted to get done, a couple, and as we're now into it, it's like, yeah.
We got 0 done this summer.
Yeah.
0 done. Mm-hmm. You said the other day you were cleaning up a cobweb in a spot where you would think there wouldn't be a cobweb. And it's like, honey, we're not home.
Yeah.
It's always running around or at an event with the kids or something. It's like, we're just not home.
Sad.
So, I don't know. And I guess we have a dog.
Poor baby.
No, there's been a couple times. The last couple nights, he's been like just nudging and
like, hey,
I'm here. I know, buddy.
Remember me?
I know.
Poor Bob.
You've got birthdays and what we're celebrating. That's coming up in a little bit. The Grand Ole Opry revealed the greatest country songs of all time.
Okay.
Did you say you toured the Grand Ole Opry?
Yeah. Like a long time ago.
Okay. Pretty cool, or?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they moved since that time, though.
I have no idea. I don't keep, it's not like I keep up with that stuff. I don't know.
Okay. Well, they're celebrating their 100 years, like a big anniversary year.
Yeah.
We just lost Jeannie Seeley, who was a local, who was a member of the Grand Ole Opry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Grand Ole Opry has announced their top country songs, the greatest country songs of all time. And they do it by eras here. So the 30s through the 60s, okay? The 30s through the 60s. They say the greatest country songs include Your Cheatin' Heart, Hank Williams, Crazy, Patsy Cline, Ring of Fire, Johnny Cash, Stand By Your Man, Tammy Wynette, And El Paso, Marty Robbins. So from the 30s to the 60s, they say those are the greatest country songs. Then you get into the 1970s, and this is more by decade. 1970s, The Devil Went Down to Georgia, Charlie Daniels Band. Jolene by Dolly Parton. Kiss an Angel Good Morning, Charlie Pride. Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue, Crystal Gale. Coal Miner's Daughter, Loretta Lynn. So those are some of the classics from the 70s. All right, now we get into the 80s. Maybe some of these will surprise you. Forever and Ever, Amen, Randy Travis. Elvira, the Oak Ridge Boys. He Stopped Loving Her Today, George Jones. On the Road Again, Willie Nelson. Smoky Mountain Rain, Ronnie Millsap. I think that's a great song. I'm not sure the entire 80s. Because who are you missing? Alabama. George Strait.
Yeah, I think.
Garth Brooks a little bit. Garth Brooks was late 80s, right?
Clint Black.
Yeah, there's, again, a lot. Then you get into the 1990s. They say Strawberry Wine, Dina Carter. Good song, but...
I don't think it's...
Should Have Been a Cowboy, Toby Keith. Boot, Scoot, and Boogie, Brooks and Dunn. Fancy, Reba McEntire. Ugh.
Okay.
I don't...
That's not like the defining Reba song for me, but okay.
Yeah. Friends in Low Places, Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
I think, don't you think Garth Brooks brought a lot of people to country?
Mm-hmm.
The 2000s, Remember When, Alan Jackson. I Hope You Dance, Leanne Womack. Live Like You Were Dying, Tim McGraw. Need You Now, Lady A. Before He Cheats, Carrie Underwood. We're getting into stuff where now I'm not really...
You have like no opinion.
Well, the 2010s, The House That Built Me, Miranda Lambert.
I have no idea what that is.
No, I don't think I've ever heard that. Springsteen, Eric Church. Wagon Wheel, Darius Rucker.
Okay.
Tennessee Whiskey, Chris Stapleton.
Okay.
You Look Like You Love Me, Ella Langley and Riley Green. Never heard of that. So they say those are your... this is, again, according to the Grand Ole Opry, the greatest country songs of all time. Yeah. It gets people to talk, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised, like I said, to not see some certain artists on there. But that's all right. All right, we're going to move on to birthdays and what we're celebrating. What is this?
You
a
ready?
big day?
No. Yesterday was a decent day. I'm not gonna go back to yesterday, but yeah, it was a decent day. Are you ready for today?
Today is the 26th day of August. Who's celebrating a birthday?
Singer Shirley Manson is 59. Actress Melissa McCarthy is 55. Actor Chris Pine is 45. Actor Macaulay Culkin is 45.
Ooh, really?
I know, right? Actor John Mulaney is 43. Actress Keke Palmer is 32. And that is all.
So Macaulay Culkin's about our age.
Right.
When you watched Home Alone, did you think, like, that wouldn't be too bad being left home alone?
Yeah. I did.
My parents could disappear for a little while.
Yeah.
It'd be okay.
Go ahead. Say bye.
I could run the house.
I lost my day calendar.
Well,
sorry.
Happy birthday to all of them. The birthday I think we missed yesterday, Tim Burton celebrated a birthday.
That was
68, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So happy birthday to everybody celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to you if today happens to be your birthday from all of us. Let's find out what we're celebrating on this 26th day of August.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It is National Cherry Popsicle Day. National Day of Repentance. National Dog Day.
Oh.
Yeah, so back to school pictures are also going to be
with the dog.
With the dog, or, overwhelmed by the dog. National Spark the World Day, National Toilet Paper Day, National Webmistress Day, Women's Equality Day, and that is all. I choose the dog.
Ah.
I will celebrate the dog.
Are you, I know you're going to go down to the fields later today to do some sorting of equipment. Are you taking the dog with you then?
No, because that creates more anxiety. No, because he has to be tied up, and that freaks him out.
No, he doesn't.
He does, because I'm by myself, and he runs.
Oh.
Are you going to take him with you?
I'd love to bring him to work today, but I'm going to be gone here in the morning.
Are you going to come help me at the fields?
If I can get everything done.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm getting the look. Hey, later this morning, Joe Tech will be joining us. Looking forward to catching up with Joe. Back to school, what sort of tech is needed this year? Any? None? I don't know. Is it... a couple years ago, it seemed like it was impossible to find a computer for school. Do you need them? Are schools handing them out? I don't know. These are questions I often ponder this time of year, and glad Joe Tech will be joining us later. We can check in on him and with him on this kind of stuff, and he's got a bunch of other headlines. We skipped last week, so gotta make up some tech headlines
got a lot
here.
to talk about.
Yeah, so that's later on in the 8 o'clock hour. Tomorrow on the program, Krista Lundy, Susan Williams, Krista from the Meadville Chamber, Susan from the Venango Area Chamber of Commerce. And they've been pretty busy. It's funny because you think, oh, yeah, these events, these big events and festivals and things that they help put on, that's, they do that and then they can just rest the rest of the year. No, I think it gets busier after those events. They've got from wine walks to Cranberry Festival is coming up next month. Leadership program getting ready to get underway. Maybe a fall golf outing or two that's popping up. So yeah, there's a lot going on with the chambers, and we'll find out tomorrow from the Meadville and Venango area chambers what's happening. And we got the Crawford County Commissioners on Thursday. And find out how everything went with the fair. They won't have everything compiled yet, but they'll have a pretty good idea of how the year went, or how last week went. And hard to believe it's over. I was just thinking about that this morning. Like a week ago, we were getting ready to go watch. Our son got to play on the West End stage with some friends. That was last Tuesday.
It's crazy.
It is. But the weather overall was a pretty decent week. There's been, times in the past where it's been kind of a rainy, cold week at the fair, but last week
It was a beautiful week.
It was. Maybe some spots here or there, but nothing major. Nothing where you would say, no, let's not go to the fair today.
Yeah.
It was weather where you could say, hey, it might rain a little bit, but other than that, we can have a good time and enjoy ourselves. So, but anyways,
it's hard to believe it's over.
I know. So we'll get their take on Thursday. And we'll wrap up the week with Mr. Sports. Bruce Peterson will be with us. Also from the OC&T Railroad, Sherry Porter, Holly Sprong will be with us from the YMCA. So they're getting ready for some fall programming. OC&T's getting ready for their fall foliage rides. And just doesn't stop. I'll tell you. Be on the train in the fall, riding through the valley that changed the world. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
This is our live shot here this morning. We have news coming up as we're approaching 7:30. We'll recap the latest headlines. We'll bring you the latest forecast coming up. Sunshine and clouds mixed with a slight chance of a rain shower today. All the details are heading your way next.
So I'm thinking about, when I have some slob like Pritzker criticizing us before we even go there, I made the statement that next should be Chicago, because as you all know, Chicago's a killing field right now. And they don't acknowledge it. And they say, we don't need him, freedom, freedom. He's a dictator, he's a dictator. A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator. I don't like a dictator. I'm not a dictator. I'm a man with great common sense, and I'm a smart person. And when I see what's happening to our cities, and then you send in troops, instead of being praised, they're saying you're trying to take over the republic. These people are sick. But I'm really saying, and I say this to all of you, in a certain way, we should wait to be asked, because they have cities that are so under control, out of control.
Discover no-sweat savings of over $7,000 off your next Chevy truck. It's Community Chevrolet's Dog Days of Summer sales event. Our mascot Clark can hardly contain his excitement, and he's asleep, of course. This month, don't sleep on our hottest savings of the summer, including more than $7,000 off MSRP on a new Silverado, or save nearly $2,000 on hot new SUVs like the Trax and the Equinox. The Dog Days of Summer sales event. Where? At Community Chevrolet.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville.
I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us, but try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same. But you have excuses because you're old, so it's okay.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Whether you want to go and lead in your craft in the trades, whether you want to go and be that nurse or medical worker and have a real impact on lives, or whether you want to go and help that business improve its bottom line, this is the place, and now is your time to go with confidence, to go with skill, to go succeed. The Education and Training Center at Pitt Titusville.
I needed a place I could feel cared for without the long drive. I chose Meadville OBGYN because both my sisters came here, highly recommended Dr. Kristen. Dr. Kristen makes me feel very comfortable. Like I'm family, like we're friends, very personable. My daughter Evie was born breech, and it was Dr. Kristen and Dr. Barco, and they were incredible. It was a wonderful experience. I wouldn't ever want to go anywhere else.
Vehicle shopping? Make sure you check out Titusville Ford first. Shop our amazing selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Visit us on Route 8 in Titusville and see why our customer service is a cut above the rest. Titusville Ford, your hometown dealer.
U.S. stocks ended lower on Monday, with the Dow losing more than 0.75%, the S&P 500 shedding more than 0.4%, and the Nasdaq ticking down by about 0.2%. The slide came after a Friday jump that saw the Dow notch a record-high close after U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell hinted that an interest rate cut could come in September. Liz Miller, president of Summit Place Financial Advisors, said that euphoria has waned as investors face a week full of potentially market-moving news.
It started last weekend with excitement over Chairman Powell's comments at Jackson Hole, but now that's being digested, and that rate cut in many ways was already in the market. And so I think the market's really focusing on a bunch of new news, investments by the government and companies directly, and NVIDIA's earnings yet to come.
NVIDIA climbed 1% ahead of its quarterly report on Wednesday, which will be one of Wall Street's most closely watched events of the week and a crucial test of the scorching AI trade. Other stocks on the move included Keurig Dr. Pepper, which tumbled 11.5% after saying it would buy JDE Peet's for $18.4 billion in cash. And furniture retailers RH and Wayfair each declined more than 5% after President Trump on Friday said his administration would investigate import tariffs on furniture.
We're hearing so much analysis about this market being so bifurcated between the leaders with very full valuations in AI and even just recently other parts of the market starting to pull up. The best way we get to a rebalanced market is ignored sectors starting to come in line and join in the performance. And that's not unreasonable because we have a lot of parts of the economy where earnings have been good, but the valuations have not kept up. We've recently added to builders, housing builders. They're off their low, but they're still 30 to 40% off their previous highs. If we do start seeing rates move, we do know we'll see a lot of people come back to that part of the market. So that part is very sensitive to interest rates, but looks very attractive on valuations right now. I can't help but also mention healthcare, where we're seeing well-known pharmaceuticals trading at single-digit PEs, low double-digit PEs. While future growth might not be that clear, they're very strong companies. They're paying lovely dividends right now. That's the only word for it, is lovely. And I think we're going to see a lot of investors, particularly in the professional funds, and certainly we are as professional portfolio managers, looking at some of these areas where there's certainly a lot of value that could yet come through. President Trump said along the campaign trail that he was interested in a sovereign fund for the United States. And the recent announcement of investing in Intel certainly looks like step one. When you think about other countries with sovereign funds, it makes me think of countries where the sovereign fund is almost meant to reflect confidence in countries and in companies that might not have worldwide support. So it's a little surprising to me because U.S. companies are looked on so strongly and they are independent and they have respect worldwide. I don't feel like we need a sovereign fund to make them legitimate. The implications of the U.S. building a sovereign fund really does bring new questions to investors. What would be the role of a U.S. government investing directly in a wide range of companies in the United States? Other countries that do this, some of them really take rather active roles in directing what goes on. And if President Trump starts this and promises no interaction, that doesn't tell us at all what future presidents might do.
U.S. consumers with the highest credit scores are starting to fall behind in their debt payments, a sign that Americans' financial health may be deteriorating more broadly than expected. A report by VantageScore credit scoring company on Monday showed late repayments of over 90 days were up 109% year over year among the super prime segment of customers. Super prime borrowers are among the most financially secure, with top credit scores of 781 to 850. Prime customers, whose credit scores are just below that, posted a 47% increase in late payments. Vantage Score also saw an uptick in auto loans and mortgage delinquencies as consumers grapple with inflation concerns and budget strains. The report coincides with results from retail giant Walmart, which has scooped up market share from rivals by luring wealthier consumers seeking lower prices. U.S. consumer sentiment also softened in August as households anticipated higher-priced goods due to President Trump's tariffs.
Korean Air announced a huge $50 billion order for 103 Boeing planes, as well as GE Aerospace engines and servicing on Monday. The announcement came alongside South Korean President Lee Jae-myung's visit to Washington this week. This is the airline's biggest order for planes to date and includes Boeing 787s, 777s, and 737s, all valued at about $36.5 billion. Korean Air also announced a separate $13.7 billion GE deal for engine purchases and maintenance. Several countries in trade talks with the Trump administration have announced or planned major Boeing orders. Korean Air CEO Cho Won-tae told Reuters the historic order will let his airline expand routes to the U.S., Latin America, and South America. He said the company had faith in Boeing despite its prior troubles, and that about half of the 103 jets are 737 MAX 10s, and roughly 80% will replace existing aircraft. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick told Reuters the major Boeing and GE deal would boost U.S. aerospace exports. Boeing said the order will support Korean Air's integration with Asiana Airlines, acquired last year.
Elon Musk's xAI is suing Apple and OpenAI over claims they conspired to thwart rivals on artificial intelligence. The suit was filed in a Texas court on Monday. It says the pair locked up markets to maintain their monopolies after Apple integrated OpenAI's ChatGPT into its products. The suit says the partnership led the iPhone maker to promote ChatGPT in its App Store, while limiting prominence for Musk's competing chatbot Grok. In a social media post, Musk said, 1 million reviews with 4.9 average for Grok, and still Apple refuses to mention Grok on any lists. Apple didn't respond to a request for comment on the suit, while OpenAI said the case was consistent with what it called Musk's ongoing pattern of harassment. Some legal experts said Apple's dominant position in the smartphone market could bolster xAI's allegation that it was suppressing competition. But Ohio State University law professor Amy Schmitz cast doubt on some of Musk's claims.
The fact remains that Grok is in the App Store, and it has ranked highly in some months. In fact, one report I looked at had it ranked at, I think, #1 on the App Store in February of 2025, which shows that there is competition, right?
Musk co-founded OpenAI with Sam Altman in 2015. Its ChatGPT bot would later become the fastest-growing consumer application in history. But the pair fell out, and Musk went on to found the rival xAI. In a separate case, he's suing the ChatGPT maker over its plan to convert from a non-profit to a for-profit entity.
Early last year, this Chinese copper firm built a factory in Texas. It was a gamble that is now paying off in the backdrop of President Donald Trump's trade war.
Because we have a factory in the United States, I think in the future, when we serve American clients on sales locally, Wellicent has more advantages, which should be a good thing for us.
That's David Jung, Vice President of Wellicent. The company's plant in Grand Prairie will start production later this year, and by 2028 churn out 3,000 tons of copper flat wire annually for U.S. clients like automaker Stellantis. Because Wellicent's products are produced locally, the factory shields U.S. customers from the 50% tariffs imposed on copper wire imports. And demand is high. It's a rare case where a Chinese company has benefited despite U.S. tariffs being designed to counter China's industrial dominance.
This is pretty unusual.
Cameron Johnson is senior partner at consultancy Tidal Wave Solutions.
One, because they've actually have technology and production that the U.S. needs, so it fits the needs. But two, that they also got in under the radar, meaning they got in before the tariffs, so it actually gives them the ability to push back against competitors because they don't have the 50% tariff, whereas their competitors do.
While Wellicent's investment achieves Washington's goal of bringing industry to the U.S., it also underscores ambivalence among U.S. policymakers about whether to welcome Chinese companies. According to Johnson, Chinese investment, especially in manufacturing, began tapering off after Trump's first term and have now stalled. He says Washington's hostile attitude is now echoed in Beijing, where regulators are encouraging firms to avoid the U.S. Zhang says his firm faced no regulatory issues, though, winning approval from Chinese and U.S. authorities. It plans to invest in 3 years $100 million in the U.S. plant, which is expected to generate more than half of the company's overseas revenue within 3 years.
All right, let's take a look at that weather forecast for northwest Pennsylvania. Sunshine and clouds mixed today with a slight chance of a rain shower, and temperatures today in the upper 60s. Partly to mostly cloudy skies tonight, slight chance of a rain shower, lows in the upper 40s. Wednesday, partly cloudy, a high of 70. Thursday, some afternoon rain showers, low 70s. Friday, partly cloudy, low 60s. Saturday, partly cloudy with temperatures in the upper 60s. That is a look at your weather forecast here at 7:50. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Happy Tuesday. Glad you're with us here this morning. Third hour, we'll bring you Mr. Joe Tech. Looking forward to catching up on some technology stories here this morning. When you look at some scores in Major League Baseball action, last night you had... the following games take place, and these outcomes. Red Sox over the Orioles 4-3. Marlins beat the Braves 2-1. Rays over the Guardians 9-zip. It was the Yankees with the 10-5 win over the Nationals. Twins fell to the Blue Jays 10-4. Mets beat the Phillies 13-3. Brewers over the Diamondbacks 7-5. The White Sox beat the Royals 7-0. Pirates fell to the Cardinals 7-6. Angels over the Rangers 4-0. Mariners beat the Padres 9-6. It was the Tigers losing to the A's 8-3. Dodgers beat the Reds 7-0. On this Tuesday, you've got the following matchups: Orioles and Red Sox at 6:35. Marlins and Braves tonight. Guardians hosting the Rays. Yankees and Nationals. Blue Jays, Twins. Mets and the Phillies. Brewers, Diamondbacks, White Sox, Royals, Cardinals, and the Pirates at 7:45. Rangers, Angels, Astros taking on the Rockies, Mariners and the Padres, Giants and Cubs, A's and Tigers, Dodgers taking on the Reds at 10:10 this evening. So there you have it. Some Major League Baseball action as things are slowly starting to wind down there. In baseball action. You got the kid off?
Yeah.
Lost. Oh,
no.
Geez.
I was like, it's just like trying to make it, and okay, here's your reminder. They're back to school.
Whoa. For those who don't know you.
Yes.
What's the thing that you have to do the first day of school?
So I have to take their picture. They have a beginning of the year picture and an end of the year picture. And then they actually have Spirit Week pictures too. So like I go and there's certain pictures I take. We compare year over year. And he still let me drop him off at the school and take his picture walking in.
That's dumb. This is the second year. This is the second year that he's done this by himself without his brothers.
Yeah. Okay, so here is my friendly reminder.
Okay.
They're back to school. There's kids everywhere. Slow down. Stop signs are made for a reason, especially for you bus drivers. Coming down Main Street, pumped his brake. I saw him coming up quick to the stop sign thinking, oh, is he even going to stop? I saw him pump his brakes once and blow through the stop sign. Now, I was going very slowly.
Maybe he didn't see you.
It was a stop sign. Stop means stop. It wasn't even a stop.
I followed you home the other day, and I could have said the same.
When?
The other day.
I need examples. The point is, this is the time that anybody needs to be extra cautious. And I get it. You're in a big bus. But the person that, is actually going the speed limit down Main Street and can't stop in time to not hit your bus is probably carrying little children. I was going very slowly because I knew that there were like kids everywhere and they were all excited and they were like jumping all over the place. And I'm just waiting for one to jump out. No, it's a bus that doesn't stop at the stop sign. So please, all of you, slow down.
Yeah.
Watch your surroundings. It's easier to explain to your boss why you're 5 minutes late for work than why you're in jail.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of people this morning that is like, oh, no, I completely forgot that it's back to school and the buses are out and I should have left about 10 minutes earlier.
And as an employer, my team is probably going to be late today, and that's quite all right because buses are out and everybody's getting back to their routine, and it's fine. I know this on days like today, snowy days when you can vote. I'm very sympathetic to that. So please, please take your time. Thank you.
Okay.
There's my PSA.
Nice.
From the PSA from the PIA.
Yeah, no kidding. I just stop and think of what that meant for me because I'm not subjected to that kind of talk.
Do it slowly.
Yeah,
you're not subjected. It's funny. That's so funny.
We don't. There's really no, at this point. I mean, we had 3 kids. Mm-hmm. There's really no checklist for us. We just kind of go down and say, okay, right? It's just like we know the routine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just getting back into the, gosh, got to like lunches. I got to make sure the lunch food's in the house and.
Yeah, I just had this conversation with somebody the other day. I said, there was a time when the boys were little that we would, because you did it, we did it. Like your parents haul you off for back to school shopping, and it was, it was horrible. It was the worst time ever. And we would always get yelled at because, we're hiding in racks, playing hide and seek. And
girls are a little more focused.
Yeah, boys aren't.
Yeah. No, I know.
So, I was doing this with our boys.
While you were hiding in the rack.
Well, we were playing hide and seek.
And then they're like, I don't care. And then when it comes to I don't want to wear that. Well, if you would have picked out your clothes.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Point taken. No, so there was a time when before school started, we would run out and, everybody's doing the back to school shopping and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then a number of years ago, it's like, you know what? The kids really don't find out until that first week of school what they really need. It's still warm.
Yeah, and they don't want to think about.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, maybe school pictures start early, so maybe you're getting a shirt or whatever for a school picture. Other than that, it's like, you know what? Get a new pair of shoes. Do you need a new book bag or lunchbox or whatever? Some pencils. We'll do the back to school shopping in September once you actually know what you need. When they tell you need this for your class or this for your class, okay, then we'll go and do that. There's no sense in buying all this stuff until you know what you really need.
So when our kids were younger, we knew like every year it was going to be, I want a new backpack, I want a new lunchbox, So those times you don't spend a lot on them because the next year they're going to change. But they hit a certain age where it's like, I don't want a new one. So, okay, investing a little bit more in their, like our oldest is in college now, and he's like, hey, my backpack pretty much fell apart. I'm like, what? Yeah, you got it for me when I was in 6th grade. I was like, oh, yeah, maybe you need a new backpack. That's funny. So.
Yeah, backpacks, notebooks, binders, writing instruments, art supplies, technology, calculator, planner, lunchbox, water bottle.
Good stuff.
I think the thing I enjoyed the most probably was just the new pair of shoes.
That 100%. Like the rest of it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our
It's
son
like, okay, I wore
wore
these out this summer, and now
he wore a new T-shirt that we
today.
got him. Yeah.
Oh,
Which is fine. It was like I mean, he's a boy. It's like we bought him some dress. We had established this, I think, on Sunday. Saturday. That at Christmas time he got some dress shirts for Christmas that he didn't get a chance to wear. So he's going to be wearing one of those for picture day.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he really doesn't feel like looking for another one.
Gotcha.
Which is fine.
Yeah, that's
They
great.
still have the tags on them, so.
Jeez.
It's fine. Yeah.
All right. Well, again, that first day of school fun.
Mm-hmm.
Was there, when you look back, did you have like a favorite period of time? I mean, was it like a certain grade that was just like, that's peak Amy right there?
I think like, I don't know. I don't know if I did or I didn't. I think 9th grade. Like
9th grade.
So
I'll tell you, 9th grade was my worst year.
Really?
Yeah.
We had like, in Meadville, it was like elementary school was up to 6th. 7th, 8th, 9th was middle school. And then you're off to the high school. So I think 9th grade was my, and then again in my, I think 11th grade, 11th and 12th. I don't know.
I had a good senior year. But yeah, 9th grade was my worst. Just life happening, right?
Right.
Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Anyone with a kind and generous heart and a little money can be a philanthropist. You too can be a force for good in our community, and the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation is here to help you make the most of your charitable giving. We've partnered with hundreds of people like you to make our world and our community a better place. You can give through us to support scholarships or any charitable organization or purpose. Whether you're interested in establishing a permanent endowment or adding to an existing fund, we want to be a part of your plan. Contact us when you're ready to make your mark. Together, we can make your contribution go further.
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been serving the needs of Titusville and surrounding communities since 1965. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that have been passed down from one generation to now a new generation, who will work to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. When you need them, they will be there for you. This has been their foundation for almost 60 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street in Titusville. Share the fun of train travel and relive our country's oil history as you ride the OC&T through the valley that changed the world. Learn about the past while traveling on vintage cars. See a variety of wildlife with stops at Drakewell Park, Petroleum Center, and Oil Creek State Park. Arrive early and see the vast collection of train and railroad memorabilia at Perry Street Station. After the ride, enjoy a night's stay at the Caboose Motel. For seasonal specials or for more information, visit octrr.org or call 814-676-1733. For over 30 years, J. Gill Plumbing and Heating has taken pride in being the premier heating and air conditioning service provider in the area. Our highly skilled and certified technicians will work closely with you to address your heating and air conditioning repair, installation, or maintenance needs. And with the J. Gill Service membership, you can take advantage of additional benefits like filter replacements and priority service scheduling. Plus, members get 10% off future projects. Call today to get a free estimate or ask about financing options. Call J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today or visit them online at jgillplumbingheating.com. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
211 is a simple telephone number to remember when you don't know where to go for help. Dial 211 when needing to find health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. It's free and confidential, and you'll have access to thousands of programs and services for emergency and non-emergency situations. Visit pa211nw.org to learn more, and remember, help is available by calling 211.
Are you tired of juggling multiple pill bottles? Titusville Express Pharmacy has your solution, now offering compliance packaging. Your medication sorted and sealed by dose, making it easier than ever to stay on track. In a hurry? Take advantage of our convenient drive-through service. We also offer free local delivery for those that qualify. Titusville Express Pharmacy, where convenience meets care. Visit us today at 401 West Spring Street in Titusville. Simplify your medication routine with Titusville Express Pharmacy.
U.S. stocks ended lower on Monday, with the Dow losing more than 0.75%, the S&P 500 shedding more than 0.4%, and the Nasdaq ticking down by about 0.2%. The slide came after a Friday jump that saw the Dow notch a record-high close after U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell hinted that an interest rate cut could come in September. Liz Miller, president of Summit Place Financial Advisors, said that euphoria has waned as investors face a week full of potentially market-moving news.
It started last weekend with excitement over Chairman Powell's comments at Jackson Hole, but now that's being digested, and that rate cut in many ways was already in the market. And so I think the market's really focusing on a bunch of new news, investments by the government and companies directly, and NVIDIA's earnings yet to come.
NVIDIA climbed 1% ahead of its quarterly report on Wednesday, which will be one of Wall Street's most closely watched events of the week and a crucial test of the scorching AI trade. Other stocks on the move included Keurig Dr. Pepper, which tumbled 11.5% after saying it would buy JDE Peet's for $18.4 billion in cash. And furniture retailers RH and Wayfair each declined more than 5% after President Trump on Friday said his administration would investigate import tariffs on furniture.
Well, sunshine and clouds mixed today. Slight chance of a rain shower and temperatures in the upper 60s. Some clouds tonight. Slight chance of a rain shower, upper 40s for a low. Wednesday, partly cloudy, upper 60s. Thursday, some afternoon light rain, a high of 70. Friday, partly cloudy, low 60s. Saturday, partly cloudy, upper 60s for a high. That is a look at your weather forecast at 8:07. This is the morning drill. You're watching it
on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Joining us this morning is Mr. Joe Tech. Joe, good to see you.
Good to see you.
First day of school, thinking a lot about when we went to school and just the tech stuff we had with us that we thought was quite impressive. I mean, a calculator, cool. I'm trying to think what else. I had one of those like pencil holders that had, this was like elementary school, but the pencil holders where you could like twist it and the numbers would give you like all the the time one times one is and then as you got older, a friend of mine had one of those smart watches.
Smart watches that could calculator
that could also turn the TV on in the classroom, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
and then by the time I was a junior, senior. Laptops are starting to make an appearance here or there. Personal, laptops.
Yeah.
So, it's crazy.
It's funny now because I'm starting to be the old guy at work a little bit. And these young kids that are doing drafting in 3D programs. And I was like, we had CAD Key Light 7 back when I first started CAD, with Mr. Pringle and like these big honking computers that we thought were so powerful, but really weren't.
Yeah.
But and I remember Mr. Pringle was very excited because he got a plotter, but it wasn't on a roll. You had to load each individual sheet, and you had to line it up, and you had to put the pens in individually, and it's like, wow, we've come a long way since then. But it was just very... we thought it was awesome and cutting edge, and at the time it was, but it's like now you look back and it's like, that was archaic at the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, we were talking a couple weeks ago with the whole AOL thing, and I remember junior high and high school, the sound of connecting. And, it seemed like you had the world at your fingertips, but you didn't. You were limited by certain things that the computer could do. But you really didn't.
You could see the potential.
Yeah. And there were some fun games to play.
Oh, yeah.
But, you're right. I mean, you could see the potential.
Yeah, and if we go back to elementary school, yes, I was very cool when I had my fanny pack and my Walkman in my fanny pack, walking into school. I was cool, man.
That's great.
Yep.
Well, I can't say anything. I bought 2 fanny packs for our sports crew.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I brought it up.
And I refused to call it a fanny pack because I didn't want to embarrass anybody. So I was like, over the shoulder bag.
Yeah.
What else can I call it?
It's a European man travel.
Yeah.
It's a purse. It's a purse.
Great episode.
Yeah, really good episode.
Yeah, so finally one of the guys, it was either Cullen or Joe, was like, it's a fanny pack.
It's fine. It's fine. It does its job.
I know,
it's fine.
But at least it looks
cool.
Again,
Again, they've come a long way. They don't look like they used to. They actually look a little cooler. It's like, I think I may have called it a tactical fanny pack because it had little loops on it. It looked a little cooler.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Quoting Seinfeld, I just the other day, Amy was telling me a story about one of our local cashiers and something, and I said to her, she just hated this. I said, Jerry, I just can't be with someone I don't respect. You're a cashier.
I like to throw out the one somebody tells a long story and it kind of fizzles out. Well, good luck with all that. I think you scared me straight.
Oh,
yeah, such a good show.
Yeah.
So what's going on? What's new in the world of tech?
Should we always, as we do, talk about lawsuits? Because that seems to be where the tech world is. Elon Musk is filing a lawsuit against Apple and OpenAI. Claims that Apple is unfairly promoting ChatGPT products over his. I don't know. I just make a good product and keep innovating it, and the cream will come to the top. I mean, people are going to find it if it's a good product. I mean, look at all the stuff that people would side load and find ways of getting on their devices, you know, just because they wanted it, because it was a good product. I mean, just make a good product and to be honest, he might just be doing it for the publicity so that people search out his stuff. You know, it's the, you know, adage of, you know, there's no such thing as bad publicity. All publicity is publicity. So it might just be that he's, you know, keeping Grok's name in the news cycle. And he doesn't really. It'd be nice to have that much money that you could file lawsuits just for publicity. I don't know.
I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever messed around with it. Have you?
No, I don't think I have.
Like, I use ChatGPT a lot now.
And I want to talk about this a little bit. I use whatever is convenient. I've used Gemini because I have a Google phone, and it was easy, and I was able to use it. And at work, I used Microsoft's virtual assistant, their Copilot, because it was on my desktop. And I could just click one button, and there it pops up, and I type away. So it was convenient. And the reason I want to talk about that more is I think that's why Apple isn't freaking out over being behind the game in AI, because they were so good at getting people in their ecosystem that there are people that eventually will use their AI because they have the Apple phone and it's easy. And, you know, it's just like Siri. Siri wasn't a better product for a long time, but it was easy, and that's what they had on their phone. So at some point, Apple will make it, you know, good enough that it's a, you know, a decent product, and they will put it on the phone, and Apple users will use it because
it's there.
That's the ecosystem they're in. So I think that's it seems like all the major players are kind of doing all the same things. They're just doing it on their ecosystem, you know, and they're making it open and available to others, but people are just doing what's easy and convenient.
I found, like, when I'm doing a Google search, because I use Chrome, I like it.
Yeah, I like Chrome too.
I'll search for something, but the first thing that starts to generate's the
AI answer.
And I'm like, just give me the links. I want to see, you know. But then I find myself after like a couple seconds and it's really shorter than what I'm perceiving it as. But it's kind of like,
it's really kind of handy when it's like,
is.
Okay, you're giving me the answer I want, not just giving me a link now.
Yeah, but it still annoys me a little bit.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It almost, I think at one time when they first did it, it was off to the side, and then they moved it kind of where that first link would be.
Yes.
It's like you almost kind of wish it was still over there, and you still had the first link, just because, like you said, you'd still look over there, but it would be less annoying, maybe.
Yeah, I just like, give it to me. I want to be able to select now.
Yeah.
And you're generating something, and then I'm like, but I'll get used to it. I'm
yeah,
sure.
And there have been many times where it's like, oh, okay, that's the answer I'm looking for in normal language, and I don't have to click on the link and find it myself. Like, thank you.
You know what amazes? I think this amazes me the most about this whole thing is I'll ask ChatGPT a question or help me with something. It gives me what I'm asking for, but then it asks me if I can fine tune it or adjust it, or would you like me to do this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't think of that. Sure. And then, you know, so I guess I'm not used to that response from that initial question. I'm just, you know, because, you know, back in the day when it was all fresh, you just ask it something, and that's what it gave you.
We're still in Google search mode. You know, I need to type my question in so that I get the best link. So, yeah, and we couldn't really adjust that because we were looking at links, you know. And yeah, so it's taken us a little while to get used to that.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think I've played with it near as much as you. I've had it adjust, you know, because it, gives you that question. What I'm frustrated with is it's still giving me like 99% the same thing, but it's like, so it's like, you didn't really adjust it as much as I kind of hoped you would. Like, it's still like the same basis. And I was like, and maybe it was because of, my prompt or whatever, but it was like,
well, so this goes back to what you've been saying for the longest time. It's only as good as the information you're providing or that it can get, right? Mm-hmm. So I know there's times where even between Amy and I, she'd be like, I can't find this. I said, did you search for it? How did you search for it?
Yeah.
And how she's wording it is different from how I would word it.
Yes.
Just, you could change a couple words here or there and you're going to get different outcomes.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, we do the same thing just with our Google Home. The way my wife asks for the weather, it gives her what the temperature is, and the way I ask it, it gives you like the day's rundown.
I have to be so good here. I have to be so good. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. I'm going to say it. Sometimes.
Wait. Do you want to caveat this?
Women. I'll ask like, well, maybe in conversation, somebody got a new car. Oh, what color is it? I get everything but the color of the car.
Or I get something that I have to then follow up with, I don't know what color that is. I don't know what fuchsia is. Is it blue or is it red? Like, pretend I'm 2.
Yes.
What color is it?
No. The opposite would be, I'm asking you something. Could you give me more than just yes or no? So there's another side to this, but where, hey, I understand I'm not perfect.
Yes.
But it's like, I just asked you the color of the car.
Yeah.
I didn't need 2 pages of everything but.
Yes.
The color of the car.
Yep. I feel your pain. I'm right there with you.
Does he need new pants for going to school? Well, we got to get a book bag. We got to get No.
Yes. This is a quick yes or no answer.
Right.
Does he need new pants? We have a lot of those conversations.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I wonder if AI could help us with that, Luke. Like, how would you ask AI? How would you answer this if AI asked you this? I don't know.
Well, next.
Do you want to try and get out of this hole we dug?
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not listening. Google announced new phones.
Oh, okay.
Yep. The Pixel 10s and the watches and new earbuds.
Nice. All available when?
I believe they're available for pre-order now. I'm going to be honest with you, Luke. I didn't watch the thing. I didn't look for. They're updated versions. They've got a lot of AI in them. That's about it.
Okay. This is the one Jimmy Fallon was part of. The announcement.
Yes,
okay.
He was. Yes. The Pixel 10 is the newest phone. I think the watch is up to I want to say it's the earbuds too. It's the newest version. I mean, it's the same stuff we've been talking about. Like, yeah, they're great. They're better than the last ones. Therefore, they are the best ever. But they're almost indistinguishable from the previous one. If you want the newest, and your phone is starting to lag and get 3 years old, yeah, go get one. If you want to save some money, get the 9 instead, because it's really good too. And if it's brand new, it's going to work real well for you.
So you didn't catch any of the announcements?
I didn't catch any of the announcements.
There was a couple one weird spot was there was a female host talking to Jimmy Fallon about something, and he's like, am I able to say the A word, Apple? And she's like, oh, yeah, we're, I can't remember. She was polite about it. Like, all our competitors, we feel we push each other. And whatever the right answer was, she nailed it. But it was kind of a weird
Which was all
segment.
Scripted, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. And that they're confident in their products and blah, blah, blah. So that was, it was this part here where it comes up. And, because the charger was an Apple.
MagSafe style, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I guess the other question I would have, and not that there was a question there, but have they talked about tariffs? Has that played a role in pricing?
I haven't heard anything about that, so I don't know. Well, there you go. It's basically same prices as last year. So, yeah. So there's 3 of the main, and then there's the Fold, which again they're good products. I don't want to sound like I'm knocking them.
Yeah.
It's just that there's no real innovation at this point. I mean, they're trying to cram their AI in, which again I've found that the Gemini is pretty helpful. I don't use it a ton though, so it is what it is. The camera stuff is really cool. I've actually been playing with, you can actually put in a picture, choose a style of animation that you want to change it to, and it'll use AI to convert it to like a cartoonish character or like a pencil drawing, or there's 4 different, and it's cool. It makes it kind of weird. Like I took some football pictures and like their numbers on the front of them, and like they changed the number. It's like,
oh yeah,
weird stuff. Like,
yeah. See, I wonder if there's some copyright things with some of the stuff, because with the AI stuff I've been playing with, sometimes if there's a logo or something in the picture, it'll change the name on the logo.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Joe Tech with us here this morning, talking technology. Well, it's going to be interesting. Apple's, a couple weeks out, I think, from their fall announcements.
I believe so. It's usually mid-September-ish, so we're coming up on it,
And I'm guessing it's going to be the same thing, Joe, where it's like, okay, how are we going to hype this up?
Yeah.
Is it going to be better than before, technically speaking?
Which is the best way of being right. It's technically right.
Technically right. Yeah, like, okay, it's going to be, but like, where's like the wow? Oh my gosh, I have to, especially with those prices. I couldn't tell you how much this was, because we do the the 2-year plan. And,
you're paying a monthly fee. And yeah.
So I have no idea what the cost of that is.
Yeah. And that's what most people are doing.
Yeah. So I think sometimes when they see that, like $1,800, like, I just really spent $1,800.
Probably not, but close.
Close, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Google, I really like the Google phones. I really like Android. I've made no bones about that. It's really interesting why they have such a small market share. Like in the United States, it's Apple and Samsung. It surprises me, and I assume they're making money on these things, but boy, they're such a small market share. I'm surprised they continue to press this. But I think it really helps, again, the whole ecosystem thing. If you've got the phone, it's really handy and easy to use their software products, use their search. So I suppose it probably ends up making them money at some point, but I don't know what the number is, but it's a very small number.
So it's weird. So we're trying to introduce new technology to our football broadcasts, as you well know.
which was awesome.
It's getting there, right?
It was really cool when it worked.
So I was messing with it yesterday, and I could select 2 players, and it would tell me the distance between the 2.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really would like to use it tomorrow for golf, but I don't. There's just like one extra thing at the moment that I'm not comfortable with yet. But anyways, so I had to get 2 Surface tablets, Windows Surface tablets for it, right?
I was going to ask you about that.
So you would think. Now, I use Windows all the time.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't have that's like my tablet is an Apple tablet.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
My phone is Apple.
Yeah.
Everything else around here is Windows-based.
Yeah.
I struggle with that tablet.
Because you're expecting it to be... when you first gave it to me, I was like expecting it to be a tablet. And it was like, oh, no, this is Windows. Like, oh, yeah. Okay.
Like, I should know how to use this.
Yeah. Yeah, it took me a second, too. Like, wait a minute. But then I was, like, into the program, and I wasn't really, playing with the tablet. But it was like, for a second there, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm like, all right, how do I do this?
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, we'll talk offline about that. I am curious about those Surface tablets, though. Just more information about those.
It's weird because you've said this. There are industries where you need a Windows-based tablet to run certain things.
And I suspect that software you needed Windows-based.
No.
Okay.
No, it was easier for me to find the specs for Surface than it was for Apple.
Okay.
I didn't want to. And anyway, so with an Apple, it's like it's convenient in the sense you got your your apps. You just open up an app, but
it's really convenient if you're in their ecosystem.
Right.
If somebody's trying to wedge in, it's really inconvenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to pick up on this. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always exciting.
Yeah.
World of technology. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Community Connect Federal Credit Union, serving Crawford, Venango, Forest, and Warren counties. Their mission is to provide quality, low-cost, and personal financial products for the growth and security of their members and families. Stop in, call, or visit our website, communityconnectfcu.com, and click Join to get started. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street in Titusville.
Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinch me. Somebody say pinch?
Pinch,
Ooh,
pinch.
pinch time.
We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs? Oh, don't call for pinches. Call for protection.
Hit it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea?
We're in Ohio.
So is that close or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
U.S. stocks ended lower on Monday, with the Dow losing more than 0.75%, the S&P 500 shedding more than 0.4%, and the Nasdaq ticking down by about 0.2%. The slide came after a Friday jump that saw the Dow notch a record high close after U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell hinted that an interest rate cut could come in September. Liz Miller, president of Summit Place Financial Advisors, said that euphoria has waned as investors face a week full of potentially market-moving news.
It started last weekend with excitement over Chairman Powell's comments at Jackson Hole, but now that's being digested, and that rate cut in many ways was already in the market. And so I think the market's really focusing on a bunch of new news, investments by the government and companies directly, and NVIDIA's earnings yet to come.
NVIDIA climbed 1% ahead of its quarterly report on Wednesday, which will be one of Wall Street's most closely watched events of the week and a crucial test of the scorching AI trade. Other stocks on the move included Keurig Dr. Pepper, which tumbled 11.5% after saying it would buy JDE Peet's for $18.4 billion in cash. And furniture retailers RH and Wayfair each declined more than 5% after President Trump on Friday said his administration would investigate import tariffs on furniture.
Here's a quick look at that weather forecast for northwest Pennsylvania. Sunshine and clouds mix. Slight chance of a rain shower. Upper 60s for a high today. Some clouds tonight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Lows in the upper 40s. It'll be cool tonight. On into Wednesday, partly cloudy, upper 60s. Thursday, some afternoon light rain, a high of 70. Friday, partly cloudy, low 60s. Saturday, partly cloudy, upper 60s for a high. 8:38 is our time. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Running on code, electrons flow in this digital world. Where does your heart go? Connected 24/7, no time for reflection. Virtual reality.
Joe Tech with us here on this wonderful, beautiful morning.
First day of school morning.
Yeah. Do you still get excited or nervous for the kids, or is it?
No, not really.
Okay. Be off. Get out of here.
Well, I think it's just we're so busy that I don't think there's time for, it's just like, oh crap, what else do we got to do? Like, it's more just, making sure we're prepped and ready. So there's a little bit of stress with that, making sure everything's ready to go, the school clothes, the backpack, the clothes are ready to go, the new shoes, all that good stuff, making sure everything's ready to go. So, yeah.
Good stuff.
Not too nervous. I was a little nervous Friday night, though. I've, two kids on the field at the same time, one starting, the first time starting. So I was a little nervous Friday night, but no, not for school. School's easy. What's that?
You either hit it well, or somebody asked me, was asking me about like the game. I'm like, honestly, I was troubleshooting and didn't pay attention till like maybe the second half.
Yeah.
When things were under control.
Yeah. Yeah, you were a little busy.
It's crazy. We do this all the time. From end of August to like beginning of June.
Yeah.
The repetition's there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do it for like a month and a half, 2 months, and you come back to it, and it's like, okay. I think sometimes people are confused by that. Like, well, you should know, isn't it this? Well, it's kind of the same, but we added some things, and it's a little different. And
momentum is a very powerful thing.
Yes.
And when you're in it and doing it, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. Like, remember we had to come back from COVID, and like, it was like,
that's right.
We had a whole lot of time on our hands, and then it's like, I remember coming on here and being like, oh yeah, this is what it's like. I kind of forgot. Like, oh yeah, it's like 1,000 miles an hour. It seems like no.
Well, I was thinking it was funny because I was thinking leading up to the first game last week. I was like, boy, it just seems like we were just sitting down doing a baseball game at Slippery Rock, and that was beginning of June. It's like it wasn't that long ago. This shouldn't be.
Well, but like you said, it's. Every sport's different. Your location's different. You're adding tech. You're adding stuff, and
it's funny on the way there. I said to Adam, like, I feel like we're not taking as much as we normally do for football, and then we get there, and it was taking forever. No, nothing.
Oh, okay.
Two things, but luckily my son was coming back to get something anyway, so I was like, okay, just grab these things. But it wasn't anything major.
Yeah.
But I was just like. There's so much stuff to set up. I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Now it feels like football.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how to condense this. And that's what Adam and I are going to be working on later today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we're going to be covering golf tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, if we can have a simpler setup, which is easier said than done.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah, I failed to pay attention to that weather forecast for tomorrow.
It's good.
Good? Okay, good.
Yeah, I think.
I hadn't thought of it until you just now. I was like, oh, crap.
No, partly cloudy and upper 60s.
Okay.
So it should be a very comfortable
Should
day.
be very comfortable, yeah.
And then Friday night, I think it's going to be cold. 62 is the high on Friday. Partly cloudy, an overnight low of 45. So it's probably going to dip down into the 50s.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. it's getting into fall football weather.
Boy, I'll tell you, Friday night that sun just
man,
beating down. Oh.
Well, and again, you've got all that equipment. Corey was there with their equipment. That stuff puts off a ton of heat.
You're right in between.
I've got a big gaming PC right between my legs, and then that sun's beating down right in our face. Like, it's a little warm in here.
Yeah, and what you were doing, you really needed to see a screen.
Yeah.
To get some things that were finely tuned and makes it interesting.
Yeah.
But it's fun. And
it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
And maybe not the outcome we were looking for, but
no.
In terms of the game itself.
Yes. Yeah.
Go week by week here.
Yes. There's, like I said, there's some winnable games on the schedule. At worst, it'll be all right, and it'll be what it is.
Yeah. We got to. Obviously, this is a segment on technology. We got to introduce some cool technology that I think will get better as we go. It amazes me, though, that this is available, or maybe it wasn't years ago.
Yeah.
To this degree, and the stuff that it can do. And it's not just you mentioned the gaming computer that it's running on, this tech that we're using, but even some of the stuff now available in apps or phone. One of the things I was going to ask you, I think last week, I saw a story about I think it was a Chinese company that they're making like contacts that are powered by your body, and it provides like night vision.
Oh wow! So I've read about contacts that are powered by your own. I think it's called piezoelectric power, and
powered by body heat and blinking. No batteries required.
Okay. Yeah.
The University of Tokyo is developing these contact lenses that give night vision.
Okay, that's Japanese.
Well, yeah.
You said Chinese.
Well, I just read this. I couldn't remember.
That's racist, Luke.
Sorry.
No, there's actually been companies in the United States that have been working on it as well, because just like we see the augmented reality glasses, they've been trying to do it on contacts, so that you don't even have the glasses in front of your face. So, and they've gone through, I think, like 5 or 6 generations, and that, at first it was the first generation, it was kind of hard to, you couldn't wear it for more than like 15 minutes because it was, would hurt your eyes.
Right.
And it was like a green, like the old block letters, that's all you would get. Well, they've gotten it down so that you can actually get, it's actually a picture on your eye, and it's really cool.
Wow.
But yeah, I've never heard of the night vision. That's pretty cool.
Okay, here's one for you. A YouGov poll revealed that 32% of Americans think they could land a passenger plane in an emergency, but 50% of men think they can land an airplane in an emergency. I'm guessing because of all these movies that and everybody wants to be the hero, and especially men. But 50% think. Now, I was watching a video where somebody was in a simulator.
Oh yeah,
never flew before, and it was, could I land the plane if somebody from the tower was giving me instructions?
Yeah,
and planes have a lot of technology in them.
There's a lot going on in there.
I'm not saying that it's easy. However, the person was able to land the plane.
Oh, okay.
Just through the directions, because there is a lot of automation involved in flying a plane.
Yeah. In ideal conditions.
Yes,
it's probably possible. Once you start getting into either night or bad weather or wind conditions, like those pilots know what they're doing. I'm sure you've seen the videos where the plane's coming in like sideways because of the crosswind, and then at the last second there's a lot of skill there. Yeah. But under ideal conditions, do I think I could? Yeah, with somebody talking in my ear. Yeah, I can do it.
Yes, you're part of the 50%.
Yeah, I am.
I would probably.
Do I want to try it? In the simulator, yes. In real life, no, thank you.
Man. Somebody said to me, Luke, would you sit in a plane in the cockpit with Joe if he had to land the plane. Trust you enough. Could we together?
Oh, us together?
No.
You don't think?
I don't know. We'd probably have fun trying. I don't know.
We'd have fun on the way down.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think maybe I'm a little hurt. I would trust you, Luke, to land the plane.
I don't think you would.
We'd be fighting each other. No, I've got it.
Yeah. I want to be the hero. Okay, let me get your thoughts. First day of school, right?
Yeah.
More than 500 schools are using 4-day school weeks, a dramatic increase from 2 years ago, driven by fierce competition for educators amid a statewide teacher shortage in Texas.
Nah, I think 5 days is better.
So there was a period where I thought, a 4-day work week would be great. 3 days, whatever.
Oh, it would be great to have 3 days off. Yes.
But
I don't think it's as efficient doing longer days. I don't think you get your body isn't built for that. And yes, maybe you could build it up, if you're a worker, but I don't think it'd be good for them. I don't think their attention span is good enough to be able to last that longer. I think it'd be better to just stay at 5 days a week.
Well, and I think the other thing is you're going to find somebody who's going to be willing to work harder, and they're going to be like, well, fine, if you're going to work 4 days, I'm going to work 5.
Yeah.
And then when they start taking business away from you, then you're probably going to be like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I agree.
Yeah. I don't disagree, though. It would be nice to have those 3 days off.
Maybe then.
Maybe
then I'd get something done around the house.
Maybe.
Did you? So we were talking earlier this
morning.
morning.
But that's the thing. You're like me. You'd end up stopping at the office. We do it on our days off now.
Yeah,
I got to stop and do this real quick. It'll only take a minute. Okay, but it's like it's supposed to be your day off, and you're trying to, whether it's trying to get something done so that you can be more efficient the next week or whatever it is, but it's like, no, that's, don't do that.
Yep. Or I see your car late at night, and you're like, okay. What was I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say.
It went that quick.
It did, yeah.
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 I stopped at the office late, and Luke's car's parked there, so I text him, and I get pictures of the new Surface tablets that he just bought, and trying to get prepared and ready to go, and I want to give you a lot of credit because you were probably more prepared than you ever were, and you were still frantic.
Thank you.
Yet you were still frantic at the first, right before the game and in the first quarter, trying to get stuff working, and yeah.
It was weird. This year was I said to Amy like a week out. I'm like
in the first quarter, trying to get stuff working, and yeah.
It was weird. This year was I said to Amy like a week out. I'm like. It's oddly calm. Like the really, really important stuff was done, which normally it's not.
Yeah.
And I think what happened was I banked on that easier stuff, the stuff I was really used to, just being able to get that out quickly.
Yeah.
But those little things kept piling up, and then it became, okay, I'm not prepared for this.
Yeah.
But by the time we got into it, I got everything figured out and working. Again, a lot of it, was okay. Retraining yourself, like how did we do this? Okay, yes,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or this is a new, updated software I'm using. So how does it, what's the difference? And can I get that working? But yeah, I mean, technology is awesome when it works.
Yeah,
and then when it doesn't, it's
frustrating.
It is.
And just like you were talking about, and we've been talking a little bit. Nostalgia, like when you first started broadcasting football games, what was your setup? Was it half that much, or was it even less than half? Like how many cameras did you have when you first started?
I think the first game we attempted to stream was back in 2006. 2005, 2006. And it was
super early on streaming.
Oh my gosh. It was like this workhorse of a computer.
Yeah.
To, barely be able to do anything. Out of the entire season, I think we successfully streamed maybe one game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Again, the technology, everything was like brand new. And when we would ask certain people, it would be like, well, I don't think it's built for that, but it technically should work. That's the kind of answers we would get.
Right.
So after that, I was like, okay, we're not quite there for the equipment. So then we went to just, I think, broadcasting only audio.
Oh, okay.
So that was a laptop, a mixer, and a couple headphones.
Yeah.
Then by, I think, 2010, we had the technology that made it a lot easier to stream home games. Away games were a challenge because, as you know, there's no internet connections at most stadiums, especially in 2010.
Yeah.
Like, nobody had them.
Yeah.
And so when we would do home games, and by that point, I think that's when we started to add, we had 2 cameras at each game, okay? And so we would just take our system, 2 cameras, a mixer, headphones. I think around 2015, 14 or 15 is when we added instant replay.
Okay.
And that was like, okay, this is awesome. And then from there, every year we try to do something.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, that we got the technology where we didn't have to run cables to all the cameras.
Oh, yeah.
So that really freed us up to do an awful lot and go places we wouldn't normally go, or cover sports we wouldn't been able to do, like golf.
Yeah.
So I guess this is our 3rd year for doing golf. So, we've been able to do golf, track, tennis.
Yeah.
A little bit easier. Cross country is on the list.
Yeah.
So, that kind of stuff, which is really, really cool.
That is really nice. Yeah. Yeah.
But, and there's always a list, Joe, the wish list of, okay, what do we do this year? And
yeah.
And some of it is maybe really stupid. Like this year, I could put the stuff that I really wanted to push this year into that category, but it tests our patience, our limits, and it'll be interesting to see how. I said to our colleagues over at Corey, I said, as of right now, I think I would tell you it's probably not worth it. I could see the potential, but by week 10, I might have a different answer for you. So I'm going to hold out till then.
Well, it's just like that first year, like trying to stream. Like if you'd asked you at the beginning of that year, it probably wasn't worth it. But you built on that, and now without that first year of struggle, you wouldn't be here, trying to struggle with a first down line.
Yeah.
And a telestrator, it's.
And in terms of that technology, telestrator is actually pretty easy, and there's other alternatives that make it easier.
Yeah,
which we could have done a couple years ago, but we talked before too. You want to balance the professionalism with the gimmicky stuff.
Yes.
What's a gimmick and what's not?
Right.
And if you don't, and I think
you have to have a baseline of. Here's the baseline of normal and non-gimmicky, and then you sprinkle it in for flavor, So, but you have to really have that baseline of, no, we're doing a professional product, and we have a play-by-play, we have a color guy, and then we can add gimmicky stuff and have fun with it,
Yeah, and I said as long as we don't treat it like that, and but have fun with it,
right,
without. Relying on it as sort of the gimmicky thing, then I think you can pull it off.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I'm not sure here. I was going to see if as the audience is probably like, what are they talking about? Let's see if I can pull up a slight clip here.
Yeah. But like you said, you're pushing up against your limits. But like I tell my kids, you don't know what your limits are until you push up against them.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I can't do that yet, but I learned something. Now I can adjust and push past it and eventually get to where you want to be.
Right.
So, I'm talking about lifting weights or, doing sports and like, no, you can't do it yet. But, I let my 17-year-old drive to Pittsburgh. Like, you're not going to learn how to do it until you do it. So go do it.
Boy, is that funny? Balancing that out.
Oh, yeah. And trust me, we were worried the whole time, but it's like, no, he's fine.
So I think it's coming up after this play here. This was this past Friday. And again, it's, there's a lot to kind of play. I don't know about you. It felt like for everybody, like Friday night was sort of a scrimmage kind of a night.
It was almost like a preseason game.
Yeah.
It felt like, yeah, exactly.
And kudos to Corey for not treating it like that.
Yeah, exactly. No, they were ready to play.
So this is going bust for us here. It should be coming up. The other
There
thing,
it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
The infamous yellow line.
Yes, the infamous yellow line.
But it's cool because players walk over it. It's not like it's...
no, it's really... the software is very nice. It's almost got like a shadow, so it almost looks like it's kind of hovering a little bit. But, they walk right over it. And it kind of fades out when it gets to the far sideline a little bit. But, yeah. It was fun to play with. And honestly, I didn't even realize it wasn't on the broadcast because I was looking at my monitor. And it's like, no, it works. Great. Good job, Luke. And then I happened to look over and, it's not working yet.
Yeah. It was on a lot, but not as much as maybe I had hoped. But there's some other things I got to work out on.
And it's difficult because we're not like in the NFL where we're way high up where you can get the right angle.
Right.
We're so low that it doesn't even show up sometimes in the shot, and so it's not ideal conditions for it, but.
Well, I was talking to Adam yesterday. He goes, there's some times where I forgot to zoom out all the way. So the line only covers, whatever marks you're tapping. And
yeah.
Joe, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, all the best, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yep.